Remember, the YouTube ads feed the ducks. Good morning, everybody. It's February the 8th of the Duck Adventure, and anybody that watched yesterday's episode knows that my predator problem is no longer a problem. You know, I didn't like doing what I had to do, but you know, owl does this, you know, to my duck, and I got to do that to the owl. I'm sorry, but he kept coming back, or she kept coming back to hunt more, and it was a trick last night. I froze my buns off doing this. Bar none, the trickiest shooting I've done. I can't remember the last time, you know. But look at the claws. That's crazy. Those are nuts. Absolutely, you can see how they can grab onto something and hang on it, and it ain't getting away. Just razor sharp. But he's about 4 feet, or she's, I don't know what she is. She's about 4 feet across. Sorry. Here. You know. It was one shot to the head. She came down, or you know, the owl came down 3 times in a 4-hour period. The first 2-hour shift I did, no sign of him. I took a 40-minute break to warm up because I was frozen because the wind was blowing into the back of the truck, and it was absolutely unbelievable, the wind, and I was absolutely frozen solid. So I came in for about 40 minutes, warmed up, came back outside for another 2 hours, stood there for another 2 hours with the shotgun ready, and finally started showing up around the quarter 10 o'clock mark it was. And then I couldn't get any shot off. It was 3 times in a row. He kept, you know, as fast as he would land, he was taking off. So I couldn't get a shot, a good shot, that, you know, to make sure that I hit him, because I knew if I missed him, he was not going to come back, and I was just going to be, you know, another couple more nights of doing this, and I didn't want to do this anymore. So I waited, and finally the 3rd time when he landed, as soon as he hit the ground, I pulled the trigger, and that was it. It was over for the guy, and it was quick, instant death. Not like what he did to my duck, you know. Poor duck, you know, that had that bird on top of it, ripping its head off. That duck died a slow, painful death, and you know, he died a fast death. So, don't like doing it. You know, I'm not a big fan of you know, killing predators. I like predators. I think they're actually one of the coolest animals, you know, in the animal world. I think predators, you know, they have their place. But when they start coming right into your yard, like right into the pen, actually, that was the thing. If you would have stayed in the yard, you know, picking them off in the yard, you can scare them away, you know, and you know, you can keep them away. But when they're coming right into the pen, it's like, forget it. That's where they know where the food is, and they're going to keep hunting right there. It's too easy pickings. And the ducks, you know, were getting freaked out last night. They were actually coming outside. I don't know if they could hear it or sense it, but they were coming outside and panicking and trying to all go back in the hole, and it was just crazy what was going on here last night. It was like, you know, they could hear the owl before I could, you know, because it was strange. I was wondering why they were freaking out, and I couldn't see anything. It was absolutely pitch dark, you know, as black as could be. And ironically, you know, last night with the moon, I thought it was going to be easier, but you know what? The owl would not come. He never showed his face once while the moon was out, but when the moon went behind the clouds, that's when the owl came in. And it was just pitch dark. You know, I was basically doing some old tricks that, you know, where you stand there and you close your eyes and you know, let your pupils dilate completely, then open them up to try to get a view. And I kept doing that so I could see, because I couldn't see. It was pitch dark, and he was landing, and it was a little darker speck. So it was really tricky shooting, you know, with the shotgun. But you know, I got this double barrel skeet shotgun that, you know, that's about almost 100 feet, 80 feet where I hit him. And you know, it's probably, the spread was about 8 inches a foot. You could tell by the way I blew his head off. It was a very tight grouping, you know. So it was a tricky shot. I'm quite impressed, considering how dark it was and how black it was, and you know, and the time I took to do it and make sure that I hit him. It was tricky shooting, but I've done a crap load of shooting in my life, so grew up with guns. Anyways, the duckies are way more relaxed today. They're all out. I'll show you here. They like yesterday, they were panicking. They were all hiding around the hay. They weren't doing anything. They weren't walking around at all. Today is the opposite. It's almost like the owl was in the bush, you know, in the tree line, and they knew it, or it was flying over, like he was making visits during the day and that I didn't know about. because today it's the complete opposite. The ducks are like all over the place. You know, they're not hiding. It's nothing like yesterday. They must know the predator's gone, because they're not like, you know, they were basically, all of them were just hanging around the hay dispenser, and that's all they were doing. And you know, now they're walking around the pen. You know, they're not freaked out. So, but let's go do egg recon and see what they gave us for eggs today. All right, let's get some egg action happening here and see what the girls have given us today. Oh, I'm gonna get swarmed by the chickens. All right, what do we got here? Nothing there. I've got a serious problem here. I've got to get down here much earlier in the mornings because I've noticed now that my Pekings, and they're the culprits, are eating the eggs. They're stealing the eggs. It's only the eggs on the second layer that are, you know, not getting eaten here by the Peking. They're all Pekings, man. And since, you know, we've separated the drakes, I've noticed a serious drop in egg production. Like, this is crazy. We're not getting, you know, they've got to be just taking a midwinter break here. Spring's coming. We'll get another burst of eggs. That's a nice little nest. That's a really nice little nest, actually. That's another nice little round nest. What a difference not having water in here. On Monday, it'll be a week since I cleaned in here. And, oh, holy mackerels. Got some serious on eggs in here. A duck egg. And how many chicken eggs? Okay, we got 6 chicken eggs from 5 chickens. You girls are really starting to produce good. I'm sorry I'm taking all your eggs. That's a lot of chicken eggs. That's the most chicken eggs, actually. No, I think once before we had 6 eggs in one day from 5 chickens. So that they, you know, it's ironic. The chickens are cranking up egg production and the ducks are slacking off. But I know the Pekings are eating them. Absolutely know that for sure, because I see the Pekings covered in yolk all the time. They're breaking the eggs, running around, chasing each other. So I've got to, like I said, I got to get down here earlier and get on the egg recon. I started late today because I was up late last night. By the time I, you know, got that owl and got into the house, you know, wound down because I was, you know, basically I was, you know, heightened sensitivity there in the back of the truck freezing. You know, I was like, it was, I'd say, I think it was like a midnight before I wound down enough that I could go to sleep. You know, when you're sitting there hunting a predator for 4.5 hours, it really winds you up. And it was really weird. Another thing, I felt sort of screwed up by, you know, having to kill him. Because I'm not a big fan of shooting predators. I like leaving them, because I admire them. So sort of, but you know, they crossed the line here with my ducks. So that's it for duck recon today, or duck egg recon, I should say. That is bad. There's got to be some out in the pen. We'll take a look out in the pen. All right, let's see what the ducks are giving us in the pen. Hello, girls. I'm really mad that I had to cut the Muscovy wings. That just sucks. But they'll grow back. You girls will be flying by spring. I don't see any eggs though. Yeah, no egg action here. Well, that egg was left there the other day. Or actually, no, that one's a fresh one. No, that's a frozen one. Yeah, this is bad. Yeah, the egg production is way off. Well, they're cannibalizing their own eggs. Like that's it. That's bad. All right, well, I'm gonna get their water happening here, and what a relief though, having that predator gone now. The ducks can relax. But I'm still having a hard. I still don't like what I had to do. It doesn't sit well with me. But it had to happen. Stupid owl didn't know enough to stay away from here. Right, everyone? And I can just imagine what she put that owl put the Muscovy through, ripping its head off. Not a pleasant death.